What's up, everyone? It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk, back in the house with another film study presented to you guys by The Grid. And today we're going to be talking about Anthony Richardson, a highly touted quarterback in this upcoming draft here in the NFL. But before we get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys do so now. I appreciate it. It'll be one of the best things you've done. But hey, let's just get straight into it. So Anthony Richardson, University of Florida, young quarterback, very raw, very athletic. There's so much to be said about this guy, at least one of the top five quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. There's nothing that we can say about that. Isn't as polished as some of the other guys like a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young, even a Will Levis, but the athleticism is just off the charts. This guy is a little bit. He's got really good size. He's like 6'4", 244 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. Just a beast of a guy, but very young and raw, like I mentioned before. But you know what? I can talk about it, but let's just kind of look at about let's take a look at what he's able to offer on the field. So let's get a look at the clip here. First thing that jumps out to me, the running ability. Of course, Florida utilized him a lot in the run game, setting him up. Just quick quarterback sprints, a lot of spread play action type of motion here. One thing he's really, really good at, what I saw in a lot of the film, is that he's able to maneuver and get out of the pocket if the pocket collapses, which can pay dividends if he does go to a team that does not have a great offensive line. And why is that important? Well, because if he goes to a team that doesn't have a great offensive line, he's going to have to be running for his life more often than not. But I feel like he can do that. He's athletic enough. But he can sit there and throw. Here, that was a mistake right there. He kind of stared down the receiver there. Oh no, that was a good pick right there. That was a good play. Just fit it in there. Again, a lot of the tape that I did watch, he did roll to his right. Was asked to go to his left, which would make sense. He's a righty. But nonetheless, he still is really good moving outside the pocket, throwing from different platforms. What do we got here? Again, rolling to the right. That's actually a pretty decent throw. Here again, to the right again, of course, and just firing a nice laser. Has a really good, strong arm. Can make the throws on the field, anywhere on the field, on any side, I would say, on the field. There he is again. Play action, breaks down, able to maneuver and get out of there. He's good to go. Again, rolling to the right. Little bootleg action here. Pretty good. Now, one thing I did find, he does struggle throwing like short yardage. Short yard and intermediate, which I'll talk about later on with him. He does struggle doing that as well. Here's a good clip of him just kind of, everything breaks down around him. He gets out, able to throw. And now it was incomplete, but he tried to extend the play or salvage the play. Again, here's another one. So he's good at that. So wherever he goes, I got him going to Atlanta. If the Colts don't take him, I feel like Atlanta would be a good spot for him. Even the Colts would be a good spot for him. They need a quarterback as well. And the Colts actually have a better offensive line, I would say. That's a really nice ball there. Really nice ball. Again, really, really good stuff here. Really good stuff here. Okay. And we'll just end on this clip here. I mean, honestly, when I watched the tape of this guy, he's actually pretty exciting to watch. I really didn't catch a lot of his games. While at Florida, I did hear about him. I did see a few of them, but when I threw on the tape, he's pretty remarkable. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wasn't sure about him going into this whole film study series that I was doing, but now that I've seen a bunch of tape on him, I think I'm kind of more or less I'm okay. I'm okay with what he has to offer. Like most of these guys can be a bust. They can be the best player ever, but we just don't really know. All right, so let's break down a little bit of his weaknesses and strengths. I'll get myself out of the way here. So first thing that comes to mind as far as his strengths is he has rare arm talent, and he can throw anywhere on the field. It doesn't matter. He can throw across the field, up the field. He's definitely got the arm talent to do so. The next thing that sticks out, dynamic athlete. He's an athlete. Again, he's like a He's like a bigger Lamar Jackson, I would say. Maybe not as fast as Lamar Jackson, obviously, because he's a big guy. He's 6'4", 240 plus pounds. So he's not a small guy to just take down. And the way he's able to move, you guys saw the clips. He's very fluid, can move, in and out of traffic, bodies around him, all of humanity surrounding him, and he's able to get out of there with effectiveness. Okay. Prototypical size. Oh, excuse me. Keeps his eyes downfield. That's one thing I did notice about him. Although he can run, he is also looking to make the plays down the field. Reminds me a lot of like a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he is Patrick Mahomes, but what I'm saying is that he's always looking to extend the play, but find the pass down the field, which could be like a 45, yard pass, things of that nature, instead of trying to run the football. Now he will run the football if he needs to, but I like him when he's looking down the field to kind of attack defenses from that aspect. He has prototypical size. We talked about that. 6'4", 240 plus. He's a big guy. He's a big kid. You're not going to just take him down easily, and he's quick. One thing I do also like about him, he has touch on the ball. He has a real nice touch for being such a young quarterback. He knows how to spin the ball a certain way, to get the ball to the receiver a certain way, depending on the type of pass. Especially on the deep pass, he has a nice little touch when he does those long passes to his receivers. Now, his weaknesses, he needs to improve his short and intermediate accuracy. He struggles a lot throwing short routes, like easy plays. Kind of reminds me of Dak Prescott a little bit. If you're a Cowboys fan like myself and you watch a lot of Dak Prescott's games, it's like he'll throw a deep ball pretty good, right? But he can't complete. He makes a 5-yard hitch look so difficult to complete, like it's like the hardest pass to complete in football. Kind of like what Anthony Richardson does from time to time. So he'll have to improve that, especially if, he goes on offense where they play quick game. We got slants, hitches, come acrosses, things like that. He's got to be able to improve on those short and intermediate passes. Second, he lacks experience. Wasn't a starter very long. I believe 1 season, a full starter. So he doesn't have a lot of experience. Now, we've seen guys come in the NFL who haven't had a lot of experience and maybe, do a little bit. But overall, he just hasn't played a lot of snaps in the shotgun or under center as a quarterback. So we'll have to see if that will be a factor for him going into the NFL. Ball security issues. He not so much fumbling. He's just like anyone with arm talent. They try to force things that aren't there sometimes, and he'll do that. He'll do that, and it kind of blends in with the last weakness is he's overly aggressive. Sometimes where he should just take the short intermediate route, he's going to try to force it downfield, and that's where the ball security issues kind of come into play. So that those two actually correlate there at the end. But overall, I feel like the guy is a beast, man. He's a beast. He's a beast, and I feel like if the Colts don't take him, because the Colts need a quarterback, obviously, right? They, Will Levis, they might go with him, but Richardson might be a guy they want to take, or the Atlanta Falcons, because they haven't done anything really in free agency to address that need, other than the fact that they signed Taylor Heineke. But I don't know if that's the future. But wherever this guy goes, I even thought about Seattle, maybe taking a shot on him. Well, I think with the 5th pick, if he's still there, why not? You got Geno Smith there, for the next 2 years at least, locked up in a contract. You bring this guy along, you pair him with the setup you guys got already with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You got a nice running game with Kenneth Walker, DJ Dallas, and then you bring a guy like this who's athletic, kind of like a more athletic Russell Wilson. They had some success with that. You never know, but the more and more I saw this guy on the film, yes, he has his weaknesses, he has his flaws, just like all of these guys do. I wouldn't say he's my top pick overall, but his athleticism enough can intrigue some teams, just because they can maybe, if you have a good coach, a good offensive coordinator, you can tailor your game plan around what he does exactly to a T and give him some more experience. So, it's going to be fun wherever he goes. I'm definitely going to be watching his games when he does get in, especially when he gets in the preseason, wherever team he goes. But he will get an opportunity to start in this upcoming season for sure, because whatever team he's going to, they're going to need a quarterback, and or if they do have a guy in there, it's a placeholder guy. It's not anyone that's going to be there for the long run. This guy should have, I think he would, depending on the situation, he should have a fruitful career. But again, he's going to have to improve his accuracy. But just at the running ability, escapability, he can throw the deep ball. that gives him an advantage, and I think he can stick around as long as he plays his cards right and focuses when he gets to the National Football League. So, but that's just my thoughts on it. So let me know what you guys think about Anthony Richardson in the comment section. This is part 4 of my film study of all the top quarterbacks in this draft, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop. If you guys want to see someone special or anyone that you want to mention, let me know in the comment section, man. I'll be more than happy to put together a little quick film study for you and see what happens next. But this is part 4 of the film study of all the top quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. But again, let me know who you guys think. Is it Bryce Young? Is it CJ Stroud, Will Levis, or this guy Anthony Richardson? I don't know, man. It's getting close to call. But that's all the time I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel again. But like I always say, this is Clutch Sports Talk with me, Ryan Flowers. Never settle till the work is done. Let's go.